What's like the biggest business development mistake that you see growing law firms make and drives you crazy?
I think it's probably that there's one rainmaker at the top who has all the relationships and is keeping his or her people down doing the work. And I get that the work has to get done and if it's a couple $1,000,000 and the team has to contribute to that. But to not allow people who want to go out and develop business, that have the ambition and the interest in developing and adding to the the firm's bottom line, and they can make more and have a longer career. I think it's very short-sighted. And I think lawyers today understand business development is now a big part of their future. They may not always take action on it, but I think all lawyers kind of know that client development is at the heart of where they need to go if they want to stay sustainable in the field. And so I think that's probably the biggest business development. That I'd say that, and just not educating, like not getting educated on best practices, not reading, not listening, not watching what to do to be the best business developer you can be. And again, if you're just out winging it, for some people that works, and people have built $1,000,000 books on just charm and personality and having an angle. And then there's other people that, that would never be able to do the same thing. So everybody's got a different spin on it, but I think that but not becoming a student of the game would be advice I would give, that we all need to continually learn in order to improve and get where we want to go.
So I want to see if I understand you very well. So I am not in sales at this business. There is a team of salespeople. I am the marketing guy. I do the podcast. I do the website stuff. I make the pretty pictures. Whatever you think that marketer people do, I do most of that. But what I am really good at is networking. So I do go to events like where I met you at ABA Tech Show, and I have relationships with other people in the field. And what I heard from you is that it's a mistake to have just one rainmaker, right? So it would be a mistake if all of my business was just coming from one place. Whereas because I have these relationships, shout out to Annette Chody, who was in an accident recently. I wish her a speedy recovery. I email her every day just checking on her because I love her so much. But very recently, she sent me a really big client and didn't ask for anything in return, sent me a big client. And I'm not a rainmaker, and it would be foolish of somebody to say like, oh, Nick, you can't bring in a client just because you're not the rainmaker. No, I handed off that relationship to our sales team. We got them onboarded and they became a paying customer. And in return, right, Annette is very smart at networking. She said, let's hop on a call and talk about how I could be a preferred vendor and things like this. And this is what we're talking about. So I just wanted to sort of regurgitate that. Is that the type of thing that you're talking about? Is that anybody in the firm can be a rainmaker and can be a networker?
Yeah, I think if you're looking to add value to the firm and you're looking to add value to yourself, you need to step up and leverage the relationships that you have, develop more, and bring in business. If you think about who's going to get let go at a firm, if all lawyers are good, who's going to let go? The lawyer who's bringing in $1,000,000 plus in business and is a good lawyer, or the person who isn't bringing in that business and is just a good lawyer? I mean, that decision is very easy to make from a business perspective, okay, personalities aside. But I think what you're saying is, what we're sharing is the idea that, look, even though you're in marketing and sales is not your role, you have a big network, and to not leverage that to add value for the business and to bring in people that you can add value for and at the same time help your company, that makes sense versus them telling you, that's not your job, Nick, don't do that. I mean, that would be insane, by the way. But at the law firm level, especially big firms, they really don't want their younger associates doing any business development because it takes away from their billable hour and it takes away from, the work that needs to get done that's getting pushed down. And then eventually in 5-7 years, they might say, oh, maybe you want to consider bringing in business. Or at that point, they're making so much money and they're so busy, but are they really living the life they want to live? And the answer for most of them is no. That's why big law firms don't expect their people to be there forever. They expect they get whatever they can out of them. And then they just bring in the next round and the next round and the next round. That's not all big firms, but I'm saying like that's a part of that big firm. That's why a lot of big firm lawyers end up going out on their own because they realize, look, this is just a meat market, burn and churn. I want to actually produce something I can be proud of.